Hi, and thanks for joining me today. Today I would like to show you how to change the frame sizes in my Click or Drag Quick Pockets templates. And if you're wondering what those are, they are a line of templates that I designed that are available at lauriekellison.com under the shop menu. At the time of this recording, I do have 6 different template styles in my shop, as well as a freebie for you to be able to give this a try. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a copy of my latest Small Pockets templates that I just released a couple of days ago. And someone asked, how do I change the size of the boxes if I want to change the configuration of the page? So I'm going to show you how to do that now. First of all, before we get started, I want to say that I am demonstrating this to you in Photoshop Elements 15. However, this does work in other versions of Photoshop Elements. Versions 10 through 14 have been tested. And just to show you, in Photoshop Elements 14, this is what the template looks like when it's open. And then in Photoshop Elements 15, we have the capability of coloring our layers as well as grouping them into groups. So anyway, that's just going to look a little different on your screen if you're in a different version. So I wanted to explain that to you. So let's go ahead and get started. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in here a little bit on this layer. This is actually a layer that's in each one of the templates that I have designed for the Quick Pockets line. You can turn this layer off by clicking on the eye and turning it back on, and I do like to keep it there for reference because it does have some really good tips and tricks here, and I'm going to show you how to set your Photoshop Elements program up to match mine so that when you go to use the templates, it's going to work really fast and easy for you. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more and show you that if you were to set your preferences to match the preferences that I used when I designed the templates, then we can use our Snap To grids to be able to resize the photo frames really quickly. So let's go to your preferences and set them to match how mine look. So on a Mac, they're under Preferences. On a PC, I believe it's Edit and then Preferences. And we want to go to the Guides and Grids. And when that comes up, you just want to look on that layer that's in your template and see what your grid line is and your subdivisions are. And I know this all sounds really complicated, but once you do it once, it's pretty easy. Different templates have different grid lines and subdivisions based on the math and calculations that go into designing these behind the scenes. So if you match yours to mine, it'll make it really simple. And if you would like your grid lines to be a different color, you can choose with your color picker a different color. I just chose gray because I think it's kind of easy on the eyes. So I'm going to choose OK here. Then we're going to zoom back out. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this layer off so we can get down to the meat and potatoes of this. Okay, so over here in the layers panel, these are all the different photo frames here, and they go from left to right, and they're numbered 1 through 36 all the way down here. So they go across and down because this is how I read, so this is how I design my templates. So I hope that makes it easy for you. So this is super, super simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my grids on. So I'm going to go to View and Grid. And then that grid that we just set up is the perfect exact size to make all of these photo frame openings be able to resize and snap to these little grid lines that are available in this view. Now, one thing I want to point out is all of these templates are designed with a 1/2 inch border around each side so that if you decide to use this layout or any of the other layouts in my Quick Pockets line in a photo book, you don't have to worry about any of the photos or the text being cut off in the gutter of the photo book. Okay, so now that we have our grid lines turned on, I'm going to go up to this first frame here, and you want to make sure that your cursor looks like this little arrow right here. If you hover it over where the words are on the box, it's going to change to a hand. And if you change it to a hand, that's what makes it be able to click and add a photo to the frame. So if you accidentally grab that and it goes off to Never Never Land and you're wondering why, that's what the issue is. So you want to make sure that you have the little arrow for your cursor. Then you simply drag one of the corner or side handles out, and this is going to snap. I don't know if you can see that, but I can feel it on my computer, and you'll be able to feel it too. It will snap to the grid to make it match exactly up to the line that was there before. So I'm going to grab this handle and drag it down, and again, it just snaps right into place, and then I'll check to confirm that. So the frames that were behind this frame are still there, but you don't have to worry about them if you don't want to, because they're not going to show up when you print. However, these text boxes will. So you want to make sure that you either delete these or turn off the eyes. So over here, I clicked on the text box itself and it showed me it was text box number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And I'm going to turn off this one, which is text box number 1. So each frame has a coordinating text box. So this is frame number 5. So this should be text box number 5. See how that works? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off this one too. And you can see that it's number 8. It's highlighted here. We'll turn it off. And then I'm going to zoom in just so we can see this a little more clearly. Okay, so now I want this text box to stretch across the full size of this new sized photo frame. So I want to double click on the box until the text changes to a background color like this. Then you can go ahead and drag it and it will snap to the grids just like the photo frame did. And then you can choose the check mark to confirm. Now, if you, for some reason, did not double click on this, or if you're in the text layer over here, you can double click on the text layer. If you have it highlighted like this, then you're okay. If you don't, and you just click on this layer and you start to move it, it's going to make the text go all wonky. So you don't want that. But if you double click on it, and then you take the little handle and move it, it's going to snap exactly perfectly into place and ready for you to be able to make that an entire journaling box full of lots of journaling. Okay, so let's zoom back out here real quick, and I want to show you that down here in the photo bin, I'm going to go ahead and drag a photo into a frame. Okay, and let's say we want this photo in this frame. All right. This even works when the photo is already in the frame. So if you've already designed the page and you just decided you want this sweet little cute face to be a little bigger, you just click on the frame itself and go ahead and follow the same steps as we did before. You just make it bigger until it snaps into place, and it's going to resize the photo. Here, let me turn off the grids for you. It's going to resize the photo for you to fit it within that frame, because the photo is attached to the frame, so you don't have to use your transform tool to make it larger or smaller. It's going to grow with the frame. However, if you decide you want to zoom in on it, if you double click on the photo frame, then you're able to zoom in and out and make, a decision as to how big you actually want the photo to be within the frame. You see, it's showing me the transform lines out here, but we don't have to use those. You just use the zoom tool. Okay, so I think that covers everything I wanted to show you for this particular video, but I hope you give it the thumbs up and subscribe, because I have many more videos coming to show you how to make my templates fast and easy to use. So I thank you for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.